Welcome Pisces, this is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot here with your September reading. Let's go ahead and just go right into what you have for your overall energy. You have stretch yourself. So I do see some challenges coming in September, but they're not going to come close to breaking you. Like you'll be more skilled and more flexible and more badass than ever if you show up to the challenges with determination. And I'm going to say maybe even some stubbornness is going to serve you this month. So your affirmation for the first week is, I am still within whilst all around me is moving. So like I was picking up there on that overall energy, there might be some chaotic energy around you, but you can slip out literally anytime you choose with some mindful breaths. This card is all about that. I forget the name of that flower, but it's about mindful breathing. And you can kick it up a notch by looking up some short like breath work meditations, like something a little bit more official than just deeply breathing, something that has like a little meditation to it. Something that's used for recentering is going to serve you in that first week. So your affirmation for the second week, you have, I act, think, and feel as part of the whole. Easy peasy for you, Pisces. Your sense of interconnectedness could bring in both assistance and some challenges. But the thing is, the work that you do for yourself, it stands to benefit from the whole. So it's like a roundabout way of granting you permission to prioritize yourself during that week. And your affirmation for the third week is, I dare to be honest and speak my own truth. So life will be 1000% easier when you're speaking from the heart in every moment, because then you don't have to keep track of, you don't have to keep track of anything or use up energy to uphold like a certain representation of yourself. Having nothing to hide is going to be your ultimate ticket to freedom. If doing so with everybody is just too much of a stretch, at least do it with yourself. Maybe about how you truly feel about some past event in particular. So your affirmation for the fourth week, you have, I love and honor the earth of which I am a part. It's a lot like that second week, only instead of highlighting the interconnectedness to humanity, it's the planet, your relationship with the natural world. So pay attention to your physical sensitivities this week because it might be nature asking you for something. So for how people are seeing you, you have the Ten of Swords reversed. And so that tenacity is shining through. People can see you hanging in there and they admire how you're keeping everything together. Someone in particular, though, is counting on you not to give up. Someone's counting on you. But on the other hand, so there's someone there. And for others of you, someone is waiting on you, waiting for you to finish something so that you'll be available for them in some way. It could be romantic, but not necessarily. But they're waiting for you to finish something. So for your immediate environment and physical experience, you have the Five of Pentacles. And this is kind of funny with that stretch yourself because it does feel a little like you're not working with as much resource-wise as you'd like to. So maybe it would be easier to have more time or to have more money this month, but that's the game, to see how you can stretch what you're working with. And it's not like it's going to last long. And once you see that you can, in fact, make it work, it kind of opens up your mind to new possibilities as far as like, what if you worked fewer hours or you spent a little less? Could you reclaim some time? So for your mental space and communication, you have the Four of Wands reversed. So it's like being in the thick of things. The Four of Wands upright, it's a liminal moment. It's like the celebration or acknowledgement of marking a phase shift, a brief pause in the action. So all of September is movement. It's the go. Portals may have been in August and they might reappear in October, but here in September, you're in the process. You're in progress. You might be away from home or feeling like a foreigner, I'm also hearing. So for parenting yourself, you have the Queen of Swords reversed. That's a really cool position to get this card in. So it's like you're gaining clarity on what you don't know so that you can proceed to fill in some gaps for yourself. For some of you, someone may have hidden something from you. And now that you know, you're like, okay, I have all the questions. It's not like a partner though. It's about family history. That's just for some of you. For others, it's like the more that you know that you don't know. So if For those of you that are feeling like you're getting less smart, it's a good sign you're actually getting smarter. So for pleasures, you have the Nine of Swords. One word for this card in your 5th house, and that is catharsis. You're purging a lot of tightness, tension, and restriction. And that could be through music or dance or art, but it could quite literally be like stretching, like a certain type of yoga. I see some of you drumming. Okay, I do pick up on some crying, but it's what it is that's really, really badly needed at this point, that it's going to end up being the best feeling right now to let that all out. So for health and work, you have the Devil. So for job related stuff, really examine your loyalties and your priorities. Go back to this Five of Pentacles for finances and ask yourself, when it comes to your job, is it still worth it? They're not saying it isn't, but this line of questioning can really open something up for you. And there's something about feeling like you can't leave. And I think you'll find that by stretching the limits of budgeting, like stretching your dollars, you might realize that you're not as bound as you think you are. For health habits, they're pointing to things like smoking and like excess anything, even excess restriction or excess perfection. Dependence is the thing with the Devil. So this might be linked actually to this Five of Pentacles too. Like, how does some dependence deplete you financially? And is there a habit that you could give up that you would no longer have to budget for, thereby working fewer hours, or maybe a job that pays less but that you like more? I hope that makes sense. So for partnerships and contracts, the Queen of Wands reversed, I see someone not pulling their weight. And with stretch yourself, it does feel like you're putting in enough effort for both of you. So this other person might not actually be lazy, but sometimes we do just take turns carrying each other in long-term partnerships. So if that's your situation here in that 3rd week, it's going to be important to be in communication about your feelings around that. But if you're just starting to feel like alone or lonely in your relationship, pay attention to that feeling and honor yourself. So for intimacy and letting go, you have the Six of Cups. So this stretching energy, it feels like stretching yourself into your future to grow and to strengthen and condition yourself for what lies ahead for you. And that means having to leave a past phase behind. And it feels like some of you, it's time to move away from your parents or move away from a hometown. Others of you, like a childhood crush or a high school relationship that was only meant to prepare you for something more mature, not to be a lifelong relationship, even though it will always be a lifelong bond, of course. There's something sweet and good that you will always be connected to, but it can't come with you where you're going, is what I'm getting for that one. So for wisdom and philosophy, the Four of Swords, you're actually taking a break in this area. With that Ten of Swords reversed and how stretched you are, Five of Pentacles, survival mode, Four of Wands reversed, no time to chat, Queen of Swords reversed, focusing on what you don't know, having more questions than answers. Nine of Swords, purging difficult emotions. You're doing it. You're not pontificating about it. So it's almost as though you don't want to look back on this time. And I actually see some limitations in your short-term memory, which is very common in a month like this, especially with Mercury retrograde adding to it. So yeah, you're like, I just need to get through it. And when I do, I will feel accomplished and proud. I will grow, and then I'm going to leave it behind. So you're not dwelling on anything here. So for reputation and legacy, you have the World. And I find this fascinating with that Ten of Swords reversed in your 1st house. In the epic story of your life, this month marks a major closure of a cycle, the ending of the 1st or 2nd book of your trilogy, let's say. So this is a climactic month indeed, but up close, it's the most exciting part. People are on the edge of their seats, or you might be. It's the most exciting part right before that big closure. So for your relationship to community, you have the King of Pentacles, and this tracks with these affirmations in that 2nd and 4th week. So it probably stretches across the whole month. But you're feeling very secure in your position in the world, your community, your planet. And while breath work in that 1st week will help, this stability might actually be coming from something more than that. And even while you stretch your resources to cover a lean moment, you know that as far as interpersonal resources like love and support and connection and help, you've got that in heaps. You're good in that area. So for the hidden influence, you have the Two of Pentacles reversed. The point of all of this is to ultimately make things less complicated and easier to manage at some point. So even without the Death card, you're shedding, you're freeing yourself from something by reaching. And I'm not going to lie, it might push you to your limit, but with the World, not your breaking point, but more to a successful conclusion. What it is, it's like jackhammering away redundancies and fussy things. And I see you entering into October with fewer factors, fewer moving parts to manage. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. And if it helped in any way, let me know by hitting that like button, and I will talk to you in October. Thank you.